Hi friends, this is Dr. M.H. Annaya, Professor of Mechanical Engineering and Vice Principal at Saptagiri College of Engineering. And in today's session, I am going to teach you about the projections of the solid. And I have selected today the square prism as a subject for discussion. Friends, as you all know, in the previous session, I have taught you about the projection of a triangular prism, and in today's session we are going to have the projection of a square prism. As the name indicates, a square prism will have a square base, a square top, and on the lateral surfaces there are four rectangles, namely like this. We have got four, that is A, B, B1, C1, this is B, C, etc. Like that you will have four rectangles on the lateral surface. And now whatever the rule we have followed for the circular prism hold good for the square prism also. So let us see. Let us take a problem and work out how it is. So the problem for today's session is a square prism having shorter edge 25 mm, that is each of these A, B, B1, C1, etc. they each measure 25 mm. And axis 60 mm long. Axis means the height of the solid or height of these longer edges, which is measured from the center of the top face O to the bottom center O1. Rest and HP are one of its shorter edges. So it's very clear that the object has to rest on one of the shorter edges of the bottom face. So what is to be done now? We place the object on HP such that one of the shorter edges is to the right side of the observer. We place the object on HP, obtain its top view, a square, and front view, a rectangle. So let me start the problem by drawing a horizontal line here. So we are having this XY line. We mark it as VP and HP, indicating first angle projection. This is XY. So I am going to place the prism on HP on one of its bottom square faces, such that one of the edges is to the right side of the observer and it is resting on HP. So let me write down the top and front view. The front view is a rectangle, top view is a square. So let me construct a square of side 25 mm. So I will write down here 25 millimeter, and I can just get the corresponding front view, a rectangle. This is a rectangle, and obtain the center of the top face, that is O, and the corresponding bottom face O1. The height of the solid is given to be 60 millimeter long. So I just mark 60 millimeter here to represent the height of the object or height of the solid. Show the axis exactly in the center it comes, split by an axis. We call this as O dash, and this point is O1 dash. So this is O and O1, the top view of the axis are shown here. Let me mark all these corners as shown here. So I will start from A, B, C, D, the four corners of the bottom face. Then corresponding, you come to the top and mark A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. For the corresponding bottom edges, this is C1 dash, D1 dash, this is A1 dash and B1 dash. So here I told you in the previous session that the corners of the top face, that is A, B, C and D, cover the bottom corners of the corresponding edges. So I will mark here A comma A1. A1 is the bottom corner, B comma B1, C comma C1 and D comma D1. You can just ask me why these are marked in the brackets. It's very simple. You can see friends here. If you take for example the point A or the corner A, corresponding A1 is covered by A. So you will be able to see only the top square face and the bottom square face is covered by the top, and hence we have shown A1, B1, C1 and D1 by inside the brackets. Now friends, you have got in the first figure, we call this as figure number 1. In the first figure, you know very well that the object is resting on one of the square faces on HP and one of the shorter edge is perpendicular to BP, and if you observe the axis is also perpendicular to HP. This line makes an angle of 90 degree. So axis is perpendicular to HP. He says it has to rest on HP on one of the shorter edges. So here you have got 4 shorter edges, namely A1 B1 is one edge, B1 C1, C1 D1, D1 A1. So you can place the object. Already you have placed it. Now in the second position, I am going to rotate the object on that edge such that the axis which was perpendicular before, it makes an angle of 40 degrees with the HP. So how it should be drawn? It is very simple. The axis is now perpendicular to HP. The same figure is redrawn such that this O dash, O1 dash makes an angle of 40 degrees with the HP. So I will construct the figure here. The same figure, figure number 1, redrawn here such that the axis of the solid makes an angle of 40 degrees with the HP. So you can just ask me how to construct this figure. You know very well, this one of the corners should touch this, and you have this. So figure number 1 is redrawn here as figure number 2. Figure number 2 and figure number 1 will have the same dimension. Let me mark all this. So how to construct this? He says the axis O dash, O1 dash should be at an angle of 40 degrees to HP. So if the axis has to make an angle of 40 degree, the base of the solid represented by this A1 dash, B1 dash, C1 dash, D1 dash should make an angle of 50 degree. This angle is 50 degree because this is 90 already. So whenever the axis has to make an angle of 40 degrees with the HP, the base should make an angle of 50 degree because 40 plus 50 plus 90 will give you 180 degree, the total interior angle of the triangle. So let me mark these other 2 top face corners. This is A dash, B dash, this is C dash, D dash. Now I will write down here the axis of the solid is at 40 degrees to HP. I hope it is clear. So it makes an angle of 40 degree. Now after making the object to rest on one of the shorter edges at an angle of 40 degrees like this, now I should get the top view. For the top view, we look from the top. So when you look from the top face of the solid, that is a square, that becomes a rectangle, and all the 4 sides or 4 corners are completely visible to the observer. So I am going to start with the top face, get the top face, similarly get the bottom face, join the lines to get the edges. Let me start from this corner A. So I will write down a vertical line from A horizontal line from A. The point of intersection of these 2 will give you A. Likewise, B, vertical line from B, the horizontal line from B. The point of intersection of these 2 will give you B. Likewise, you get C and D. So in order, this is A, B, this is going to be C, and this point is P. So we have got all the 4 corners of the top face, namely A, B, C, D. Locate the center of the top face by drawing horizontal and vertical lines through this. They meet exactly at the center of this rectangle. I call this top face center as O. Friends, I told you very clearly, the face ABCD is clearly visible to the observer when you use from the top. So I will just join all these 4 corners by visible lines or dark lines. So this is the top view of the top face of the solid, and that is marked as ABCD. While teaching the projection of the triangular prisms, I told you for all these prisms and cylinders, whatever the figure you get in the top view for that face, a similar figure is obtained for the bottom face. So when you get the points for the bottom face, A1 B1, B1 C1, C1 D1, D1 A1, you will have a similar figure. So let me get all those points by following the same procedure, and here we are getting this is A1. A1 is B, this point is going to be B1, then you get this C1, D point is B1, exactly in the center of this you get this O1, O1 represents the axis of the solid, Now as per the rule, all the border lines are visible. I am going to show all the border lines by visible line, by dark lines. We have the axis now. And see, one important thing is, whenever the solids are resting on one of the edges or on the corners like this, that edge on which the object is resting is not visible to the observer in the top view, because the solid is an opaque body. So hence, whatever the edge on which that object is resting is not visible in the top view, and hence I am going to show that by a dotted line. And look from the top, this corner on which the object is resting, that is C1 D1, is not visible. Hence I show this by a dotted line. Friends, to summarize, we had the square prism resting on one of the square faces on HP. We got the front view a rectangle, the top view is square, and this figure number, which was named as 1, is redrawn with the axis inclined at an angle of 40 degrees or the base inclined at an angle of 50 degrees to HP, and we got the corresponding top view. In the top view, you can just observe that the axis which is inclined at 40 is now parallel to VP. But in the question, what is important to us is draw the projections of the solid when the edge on which it is line is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. Friends, look at the board. Here, the object is resting on C1 D1. That C1 D1 is now normal to VP. I write down here. The edge C1 D1 is perpendicular to VP. He says, draw the projections when the edge on which it is resting, that is C1 D1, is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. So what that I am going to do? I am going to redraw this figure number, this figure, the top view, at an angle of 40 degrees. That means, if this is the XY line, I am going to redraw this figure. Let me name this as, this is 1, this figure number is 2, we will call this figure as 3, the top view. I am going to redraw this figure such that the edge CD, which was perpendicular, gets inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. So the object can be placed at an angle with the edge at an angle of 30 degrees here or towards this. The choice is left to the viewers. So what I do, I write a line here at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. And after this, I am going to draw this figure 3 as figure number 4 here, such that the edge on which the solid is resting is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. Let me draw that. First of all, a line at 30 degrees. Then I am going to redraw this figure number 3 here. That is, that edge C1 D1 on which it is resting should be at an angle of how much? 30 degrees to VP. So I am going to construct this box first of all. So let me construct the box now. This box I have have constructed. Say the CD is here, then AB. This is CD. DC you can say. DC. D. C. Then mark AB at this distance. AB will be here. This is A. This point A, this point is B. Center of that is O. And then again here, mark this C1, D1. C1, D1 is closer to that, which is shown by a dotted line. This is ABCD. D, A, then comes D1 and A1. This is D1, this is A1. So obviously this will be V1, this will be C1, and this is the center of the bottom face. This represents the axis, dash dot, O1 is the axis. And here you can observe, friends, the object which is resting on HP is withdrawn with that edge CD, that's C1, D1, at an angle of 30, because these two are the same. These two lines are parallel. Whether this is inclined or this is inclined, it means one and the same because they are parallel to each other. So I have written this figure number 3 as figure number 4 here, with the edge on which the solid is resting inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to BP. Now I obtain the front view of the object finally. So how to obtain the front view of the object? So follow the rules, my dear friends. If you just see the top view, final top view, the bottom face, square face, A1, B1, C1, D1 is very close to the observer, and hence you will be able to see the complete base. So in the front view, the base is A1 dash, B1 dash, C1 dash, D1 dash. In the top view, it is A1, B1, C1, D1. Follow the procedure, get all these 4 corners of the bottom face. So I will have to produce lines from here. I will start from the point A. So point A, horizontal from point A, vertical from point A1. This point is our A1 dash. Like B, vertical from B, horizontal from B, you will get the point here. This point B is B1 dash. Then comes the point C1 dash. C and D are on the XY line. So you will get C1 dash here and then B1 dash somewhere here. That is I have got all the 4 corners of the base. This is C1 dash, this is B1 dash. So you have got the center of the axis. So this center from here, you draw a line. So you will get this as O1 dash. So we have got all the 4 corners of the bottom face. I join all these by straight line because it is completely visible. This is visible and this is visible. Friends, for your kind of information, the figure you get here will have these opposite sides parallel and equal. So this will be equal to this, parallel to each other, and this will be equal to this. And you can just mark the center over here. That is O1 dash. So I have got all the 4 corners of the bottom face, and the bottom face is completely visible, and have shown here all the 4 points of the corner. Likewise, you obtain the projections for the top face. The top face has got A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. The top face is represented by this one. So on the same lines, obtain A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. So let me see how to obtain that. So I will draw a horizontal line through A1 dash and B1 dash. A vertical line from here. So A1 dash, A is here. So A dash you get here. This point is A dash. Likewise B, on the same lines you will get, that is vertical line from B, horizontal line from B. They meet here. That point is B dash. I should get C dash and D dash. C and D are here. C. Horizontal line from C, vertical line from C. The point where those two intersect is that point C dash. Finally, D I should get vertical line from here, horizontal line from here. Say I will get somewhere here. So this is A, B, C, D. That is, I will call it as D1, D dash, A dash, B dash, C dash. All the 4 points you have got. And now I have to complete the figure. As per the rule, all the border lines are visible. So join A dash to B dash, B dash to C dash, C dash to C1 dash, B dash to B1 dash, A dash to A1 dash. Friends, now we will see that the object is resting on one of the shorter edges C1 dash, B1 dash, and now I have joined the corners of the bottom face, namely A1 dash to A dash, B1 dash to B dash, C1 dash to C dash, and D1 dash to D dash. Now I have to join finally the last longer edge, that is the line. What are these lines you have got now? All this you have got, excepting that ABCD. Let me have a revision here. ABCD, A1, B1, C1, that is visible. Finally, I should join this D dash to D1 dash here. Friends, when you join this D dash and D1 dash, let me see here, this is visible. The point D comes behind. So this has to be joined by a dotted line. So that is not visible. So all other edges you have got CC, BB, AA, DD. And remember here, the only edge that is not visible is this edge, DD, because DD comes behind this, and this will give you the complete projection. This is the front view of the solid, which I show by TV, FV, and this is the top view of this, and you can say here. Finally, let me have a revision of the whole thing. Friends, we had a problem where the object was resting on one of the square faces. The axis was perpendicular here. I got the top view a square of 25 mm side. In this, the axis is perpendicular. Figure number 1 is redrawn with the axis making an angle of 40 degrees with HP, and I got the top view. In the top view, this face was visible to the observer. That ABCD, I shown this by full lines, visible lines, and for the bottom face, the edge C1 dash, B1 dash on which it was resting was invisible, hence I have shown by a dotted line. Now the object, you can see, the object is resting on CD, that CD was normal to BP, but in the question it is said that side on which the object is resting should be at an angle of 30 degree. So the figure number 3 is drawn with that edge CD making an angle of 30 degrees. Same, because these are parallel to each other. I have redrawn the figure and obtained the final front view. In the front view, you can see all this. So we can also ask me the other edge like A, B, C, D, A1, B1, C1, D1 is visible, whereas the other edges are not visible. So you can show this CC, CD. Now this represents the complete solution for the problem, and also it satisfies all the requirements given in the question. So thank you very much, and friends, if you are happy with the presentation, you share this, you subscribe, inform your friends also, let everybody get benefited from this. And this is Dr. M. H. Chennaiah signing off. Thank you all.